The First Italian War of Independence, also known as the First Italian Unification War, was a conflict that took place in Italy between 1848 and 1849. The war was a significant event in the history of Italy, as it marked the first step towards the unification of the country. In the early 19th century, Italy was a collection of small states, each with its own government and ruler. The country was politically fragmented and economically backward, with a large population of peasants living in poverty. The rulers of these states were often oppressive and corrupt, and there was widespread dissatisfaction among the people. The First Italian War of Independence was sparked by the desire for political and economic reform. The war was fought between the Kingdom of Sardinia and the Austrian Empire, which controlled much of northern Italy. The Sardinians, led by King Charles Albert, sought to expand their territory and establish a unified Italian state. The war began in March 1848, when the Sardinians declared war on the Austrians. The Sardinians were initially successful, winning several battles and gaining control of some territory. However, the Austrians soon regrouped and counterattacked, defeating the Sardinians in a series of battles. In 1849, the Sardinians suffered a major defeat at the Battle of Novara, and King Charles Albert abdicated in favor of his son. The Sardinians were forced to sign an armistice with the Austrians, and the war ended in a victory for the Austrians. Despite its failure, the First Italian War of Independence had a significant impact on Italian history. It demonstrated the desire of the Italian people for political and economic reform and laid the groundwork for the unification of Italy under the leadership of Giuseppe Garibaldi and Count Camillo di Cavour. The war also had an impact on the rest of Europe, inspiring other uprisings and revolutions throughout the continent. In conclusion, the First Italian War of Independence was a significant event in the history of Italy. It marked the first step towards the unification of the country and demonstrated the desire of the Italian people for political and economic reform. Although the war was ultimately a failure, it laid the groundwork for the unification of Italy and inspired other revolutionary movements throughout Europe. The war remains an important event in Italian history and a symbol of the Italian people's struggle for independence and unity.